What is up, guys? With Crisis on Earth X just around the corner, I thought I'd answer some of the mysteries surrounding the crossover. In particular, who is Prometheus of Earth X? Ever since the first poster came out showing Prometheus alongside the Nazis, people have speculated who is behind the mask. The first thing that comes to mind is obviously Adrian Chase or Simon Morrison, but it was confirmed by the showrunners behind the Arrowverse that Josh Segarra, the actor who plays Prometheus in Arrow Season 5, won't be making an appearance in the crossover this year. So while that's really disappointing, considering that I really would have loved to see Josh Segarra back for at least 4 episodes, just because I know he died, obviously, but he was such a good character. I think if they found a way to have him guest star for a couple episodes, that would be awesome. But the fact that he's not coming back, it begs the question, who is under the mask? Well, first of all, they can't be doing something they've done in the past before. They even did this in last year's crossover with masked villains by having them appear without ever taking off their masks because they couldn't get their actor, they couldn't afford their actor, or they just couldn't get the actor because the crossover conflicted with their schedule or something. The main character they've done this with is Deathstroke. They did it once in Arrow Season 4, they did it once again in Arrow Season 5, and that is the crossover. They did it in the crossover last year. So that's a possibility, but again, I don't think it is a huge possibility, either just because I don't want it to happen. It would be really disappointing if they just never take off his mask. That would be just so unsatisfying. And second of all, why would they do that? What would be the point of introducing a totally new Prometheus only to never unveil his identity? What would be the point of that new Prometheus? They could just could have used some faceless grunt with some different costume, with some cool name, without ever unveiling their identity. That would have been fine. So it makes no sense for them to just not unveil his identity. Also, Stephen Amell said that the payoff for Prometheus is worth the wait, which wouldn't make sense if he never takes the mask off. The only reason I put this in the video is just in case anybody says, hey, you know, it's a possibility that they'll just not take off the mask. I only put it in this video to debunk it as a possibility. These next few options are a lot more likely, starting with the least likely being Roy Harper of Earth X. Colton Haynes has been saying that he will return to Arrow really soon for a while now. He also posted this yesterday, a picture of Arsenal and Green Arrow, LEGO versions of them, and he posted that yesterday. That's 2 days before the crossover comes out, so that's really telling. Also, Colton Haynes' return, or Roy Harper's return, has never been specified. Colton Haynes confirmed he's going to return, but the showrunners, the writers, nobody behind the show ever confirmed that he will return. Only Colton Haynes himself. They also never said that how many episodes he's going to return for, how he will return, if he'll return a guest star or a main character or a recurring character, and which episodes he'll return for. So maybe they did that because they wanted to keep it a secret, in order for it to be a big surprise twist in the crossover, where it turns out Prometheus of Earth X is actually Roy Harper of Earth X. I actually don't think this is likely, not for any specific reason, nothing against Roy. Obviously, he's one of my favorite characters, and I really want him to return, and he will return, which is awesome, but I don't think he will return as Prometheus X, just because these next two candidates are a lot more likely. They both have a lot more evidence backing them up, and they would just make better Prometheus X's. It seems Roy Harper is connected to a lot of mystery characters. Like, it was thought for a while he's going to be Vigilante, and now people think he's Kid and James's son, and also now people think he's Prometheus. It just goes to show how badly people want Roy to return, and thankfully he will return. We just don't know when, and we don't know if it will be his Earth X counterpart, or the Earth 1 Roy we know and love, or maybe even both. We'll just have to wait and see. So the next person I think might possibly be Prometheus of Earth X is, you saw it in the thumbnail, Tommy Merlyn of Earth X. Tommy Merlyn is another character that's connected to a lot of mysteries and mystery characters on Arrow. A huge theory back in the day before Adrian Chase was revealed was that Tommy Merlyn was actually Prometheus of Earth 1. That was probably the most popular fan theory at the time. So maybe the writers behind the crossover and Arrow thought it would be nice fan service, because you know, the Arrow writers love fan service. They thought it would be nice fan service if they made Prometheus X Tommy Merlyn of Earth X. I know I said before that Tommy Merlyn actually has more evidence than Roy Harper, but that's actually not true. Roy Harper does have more evidence, But Tommy and Merlyn would just make so much more sense. I don't have much evidence to back this up, but I do remember seeing somewhere that Colin O'Donnell, the actor who plays Tommy, was seen on the set during the filming of the crossover. But I can't find that anywhere, so take that with a grain of salt. I also saw somewhere that David Ramsey confirmed that Colin O'Donnell was returning. I can't find that anywhere, so it might have just been fake. So I don't have any evidence to back this up. Either way, I think it would be really cool if it was Tommy, because I think it would have an actual emotional impact on the crossover, especially on Oliver. Seeing his dead best friend in his dead enemy's costume would mess with him. It would totally mess with his head, which would make the reveal definitely worth the wait, like Stephen Amell said. So while Tommy Merlyn would be a great Prometheus, I don't think it's the most likely, and I don't think it's even the character I want to be the most. That is the next character. Okay, so this is a big spoiler for the crossover. The trailer for Day 2 of the crossover leaked online a few days ago. I clicked on it by mistake, thinking it was just a normal trailer that I could trailer break down, but it turns out it spoiled the hell out of me. Really, I only remember one thing, because I saw it a couple days ago. I don't remember much. Maybe it's because I wanted to forget it. I don't know. The only thing I do remember, and again, this is a spoiler, so click away if you don't want to be spoiled. Just, if you didn't click away yet, Prometheus did not get revealed, but either way, this is still a spoiler. So the only thing I remember from this trailer was the fact that Quieten of Earth X was there. He was a Nazi. He was leading some other Nazi soldiers wearing the same hat as Oliver Queen of Earth X and the same outfit from what I can see. So he will probably be in the same position of power as Oliver Queen of Earth X. So that is really telling. The trailer didn't show Quieten in the Prometheus suit, but considering it was never confirmed we were going to see an Earth X version of Quieten Lance, which would make it seem like they're trying to hide it for some reason to make it a big reveal, that coupled with the fact that he's in the same position of power as Oliver Queen and also probably Overgirl and Blitzen, coupled with the fact that Prometheus of Earth X has yet to be confirmed, makes me think that Prometheus of Earth X is actually Quieten Lance of Earth X. And Quieten Lance is another character that was theorized to be Prometheus back in Season 5. Before Agent Chaser was revealed, the show made you think he was Prometheus by having him hold that shuriken up, or that throwing star, whatever you want to call it, and making you think that he was blacking out and becoming Prometheus. When thinking back on that, that would have made Prometheus a much, much worse villain if he had no backstory and he was just blacking out and Quieten Lance becomes Prometheus. Just imagine that. That would have been so much worse. But either way, what I said before about Tommy Merlyn, the fan service thing, about the theories that he will be Prometheus, it applies here too, but like obviously to a lesser extent. And also the emotional impact would still be there, just with Sarah and not Oliver. It's something I noticed while writing this. I was looking up who it might be, and I thought, yeah, it's almost definitely Quieten, and then I was writing this, and I said, it wouldn't have an emotional impact like it did on Oliver, but then it hit me. Yeah, it would. Sarah is right there. So it will be Sarah having the emotional impact, as opposed to Oliver, who would probably already have an emotional impact, just because, I mean, Felicity was captured, she was kidnapped, and also he's seeing his own Earth X counterpart, and just seeing Prometheus in the suit, fully suited up. Stephen Amell even said that that's going to mess with him either way. Also, considering the fact that Oliver already has a Earth X counterpart to fight, and Sarah didn't, since she was one of the main 4 characters, and for some reason they didn't give her anybody to fight, so I think that person will be Prometheus, aka Quieten Lance of Earth X. Also, looking at the poster right here, you can see clearly the 2 Green Arrows are facing each other, the 2 Flashes are facing each other, the 2 Supergirls are facing each other, and the 2 Prometheus and White Canary are not facing each other exactly, while Prometheus is looking at White Canary. So they aren't exactly facing each other, but they are both at equal distance from the camera, making them look like equals and rivals. Whatever, you get what I mean. They look like, just like Green Arrow and Dark Arrow are on the same distance from the camera, making them look equals, like equals, Overgirl and Supergirl, Blitzen and the Flash. Same thing goes for White Canary and Prometheus. And it makes total sense. You have the main 4 superheroes of the Arrowverse versus the main 4 Earth X counterparts. You got Blitzen versus Flash, Dark Arrow versus Green Arrow, Overgirl versus Supergirl, and now White Canary versus Prometheus. Thankfully, we won't actually have to wait long to find out who Prometheus X is, just another 1 full day. But who do you think Prometheus X is under the mask? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.